For me, unconditional love is the ability to let everything be as it needs to be. There's an ancient blessing which is, may the blessings be. And it doesn't say what they should be. And as a writer, I always find myself somewhat watching and wishing for more love in action in all my environment, in all my life. And it starts with me because my attitude is of a wish to allow that to be with others. And on the bus journey today, before getting on the bus, when it was being looked at and cleaned, there were two gossiping drivers. And as a storyteller, I love watching people and just watching their body language. There's a man and a woman. And the woman, as she was talking, was obviously a doer and a goer. And I like those sort of people because they contribute to life. And she was dusting the till thing where we all put our card on as OAPs to get a free ride, etc. A free ride. And when she came off the bus, I said, "Oh, I love the way you dust the bus." And she said, "Well, nobody else would do it." And I thought, that is unconditional love. And she wasn't looking for praise, but I was happy to give her praise. And cogitating on unconditional love, starting with me, all I've illustrated so far is an attitude of love, of allowing. I do think in the big picture we are all allowed to be what we choose to be, and that's an amazing, generous, enthusiastic trust from the creative energy, whatever one calls it, whatever one cares to call it. One of the things I like to do is to look at something that other people get angry about, like litter, and look for the glitter in litter. I think, what could I see that's beautiful about it? And that's like an artistic attitude towards something, to illuminate what might be ugly or harmful to the whole by not accepting that diagnosis and saying there is a meaning or a purpose or the ability for transformation even in litter. And at the bus stop today, I saw a coat hanger, unbroken, plastic. And I thought, what's that doing there? It'll never get recycled down there. I wonder what will happen to it. Some person will stand on it and break it, and it'll no longer be useful as a coat hanger anymore. So I thought, I'm taking that and I'm going to use it. And for me, that is using things as they need to be used for the greater good. And that's why in this age, which some people call the Aquarian age, which is one of fraternity or brotherhood or togetherness and a global awareness that we all are one and need to have that attitude in order for the one, the whole, the individual to survive successfully and thrive. It needs more generosity. And for me, generosity goes with enthusiasm. I've always been a natural enthusiast. I can't wait to get into things and to explore things. And the meaning of life is the most important thing to explore. And I've made a hobby of that. Notice I say not a career, a hobby, because somehow a hobby is more loving as a way, as an attitude, than just saying something is a chore. You know, you've got to understand. When I was a teacher, the kids, I was a drama teacher, so I was allowed to be wacky and way off the wall. And that's what they appreciated, because youngsters nearly always want somebody who's authentic. And that usually means a bit of an individual, let alone an eccentric, and I was all of those things. One phrase always used to hurt me, and that was when they were queuing up, they were told to queue up at the door, and you could see them wanting to get into the class, which was always lovely. But they'd say, "What have we got to do today, sir?" Now, it wasn't the word sir that got to me, although I wasn't really happy with it. It was the word got. What have we got to do today, sir? And as a teacher, most of the time, I like to put a question mark behind everything for everyone. Because as soon as you make it an imperative, as soon as you make it an order, it's no longer allowing somebody to learn from their heart. It's telling them what they need to be, do, say. As a kid, I was always told to stand up when ladies came into the room and so on and so forth. This fork for the fish, that's a fish knife. And people get so angry about, you're using the wrong knife. And that, intuitively, as a kid, I kept on thinking, that's not love. That's not love, that's duty. As a writer, in one book, I talk about careful darling or you'll fall syndrome. I watch mothers a lot, or parents, but mostly mothers, especially in supermarkets, screaming. And the image that I got was of many mothers watching a child on a wall and going, careful darling, or you'll fall. And I was just thinking, if I was that child, and I have been that child because I was always climbing trees and the like, what would I print? The word darling, the word fall, or the word careful, or combination? And what I've learnt is that what I print, what I believe, manifests. So if I think I'm going to fall, I'm helping myself to fall. If I think I'm going to achieve getting to the end of the wall, because that's what I believe is possible, then I will achieve that end. And I think that's a universal law. And I think it's based on the love of being me in charge of all my energy systems.